was WrestleMania 21, which happened at the Staples Center. And actually, I really enjoyed this show. I mean, it was one of those things where you knew you were going to have new stars made. You talk about the Royal Rumble, where you have Batista go over. I mean, John Cena still got to wrestle John Layfield for the WWF title, or WWE title, whatever. But this was a good show, and glad that I basically ordered it. So, and the vignettes. I mean, this year there's some really good vignettes for WrestleMania 39, but yeah, there it is. As a pre-show, you have a 30-minute promotional battle royal where Booker T won. So that was cool. Not quite sure what this was for, honestly, but still pretty cool to see Booker T win this one. So WrestleMania starts off with two friends who are the WWE World Tag Team Champions from SmackDown, Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. So let me get this straight. Because you have two guys who are tag team champions, and you should have had them defend the titles. No, seriously, you should have. Why did this happen? Seriously. I'm stuttering. That's how pissed off it still makes me feel. And it happened a very long time ago. It's just one of those things where they could have wrestled elsewhere. And I know they had a match, again, the stupidest match I've ever heard of, at SummerSlam. Could have defended the titles, though. It wasn't a bad match, but it was an exhibition. You know, like, Rey won. And the shame of it all is that this was Eddie's last WrestleMania. We didn't know that at the time. Why? I wish they would have used this anyways. Match, and this was cool. I mean, the concept was, it was a ladder match with 6 people, and they basically have to get a briefcase that would guarantee them a title shot anytime within the year. Edge, Chris Jericho, Shelton Benjamin, Chris Benoit, and Christian. And Tyson Tomko was there for some reason. You know, he was with Christian, but anyways, this was a good show. You have Shelton do a classic T-bone off the ladder. You got Benoit who basically beat himself up. I think he broke a pec or some shit. I don't know. And it's one of those things where I looked at it and I was like, is it just me, or does he look more swollen than usual? I mean, he's not very tall, but... And this is a point where Edge turned heel in late 2004. He had the match in Toronto and they booed his ass. I mean, he was away for a while, but anyhow, this was a good match. Edge did end up going over, so he beat John Cena after their classic Elimination Chamber match at New Year's Evolution. So, I mean, it's cool because this was Chris Jericho's concept and it's still going today. I think the only regret would be that Chris Jericho never won a Money in the Bank match. That's too bad, but that's the way it is. Randy Orton turned heel eventually in 2005. Once again, he's a heel and classifies himself as a legend killer, spit in Mick Foley's face, RKO to Fabulous Moolah, even Stacy Keibler. But he wants to go after The Undertaker, so this match happens. It was actually very good, and it had some classic matches too. Hell in a Cell comes to mind, but this match was awesome. And the classic story behind this is that, because Randy Orton was so dumb, a young kid who shouldn't have been world champion to begin with at the time, he doesn't show up for his dad's Hall of Fame match or rehearsal, whatever, and misses it. But they have the match at Wrestlemania. It was pretty good. You see Randy Orton hit a tombstone. So, yeah, Bob got involved. But to no avail, Undertaker hits the tombstone for the win. And again, they'd have more classic matches. But it was also cool to see Mark Calloway also put Randy Orton over quite a bit. Make him look like a star, at least. Maybe not put him over, but yeah, this was a good match. And at the time, I probably didn't like it that much, but now that I think about it, yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but it was better than I remembered. Like Shawn Michaels. Women's title, Christy Hemme with Lita taking on the champion Trish Stratus, who recently, she turned heel the year before, and pretty good heel. She started as a heel manager to Test and Albert, so this match was pretty cool. Christy Hemme did win the Diva Search, so they had a good match, and Trish won. Really, Christy wasn't a great wrestler, even with Lita. She couldn't defeat Trish, but yeah, Trish Stratus did retain. Match, you have Kurt Angle from SmackDown, he was from SmackDown, taking on Shawn Michaels, who was from Raw. This was a dream match. It was. And you look at the two guys who put on a hell of a match outside, inside, they really pulled no punches. It was just that good. But Kurt ended up slapping ankle lock, and within 10, 15 minutes, whatever it was, he laid down on that sumbitch, and yeah, he tapped Shawn Michaels out. So that was cool. And these two guys had never met before that, and it was just like magic. It really was. You have Akebono make his in-ring debut. Only debut. Against the Big Show in a sumo match. Yeah, he won. Nothing special. You see Big Show, Paul White, coming out in a traditional sumo outfit and kimono. So we have the WWE Championship. John Cena versus JBL, and this was cool. John Cena was the United States Champion, WrestleMania 20, beating Big Show, so turn that stupid thing into a spinner belt. So I thought, okay, I wonder how this is gonna go, but this was a pretty good match. Both guys really beat the shit out of each other, and yeah, John had a attitude adjustment to JBL and won the match, becoming for the first time the WWE champion. Unfortunately, that got turned into a spinner belt. I mean, it looked better than when he did that with the US title, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it looks better now, but I think what really disappointed me was when Edge won it at New Year's Revolution. It should have gone back to this belt, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So it took a long ass time for it to change. The World Heavyweight Championship, Batista and Triple H. This was cool because you have Triple H, who was the leader of Revolution. You have him pull a lot of punches, making sure that Dave Batista was going to go to SmackDown, win the WWE title from JBL, even going as far as putting Big Horns on a limo. But you have the classic signing. You got Bischoff, and I think Paul Heyman was there. It could have been Teddy Long. And anyhow, you have the two clipboards that Dave has, and he puts the raw one on the mat or the ring, whatever. And you have Triple H and Ric Flair with the thumbs up. And you have Dave do the thumbs up, and he smiles, and it turns into a frown, and he does the thumbs down. And then, yeah, Flair and Triple H are in shock. You see Triple H mouth, "You motherfucker," and he gets at Dave, but Dave power bombs him through a table. Then he signs the Raw contract, and yeah, and this match was good. I mean, you have obviously Motorhead play Triple H to the ring, and that was very cool. This match was great. I mean, two guys that were larger than life. It was the past versus the future. Well, past, present, whatever. So, I knew somehow, or maybe you didn't know, because I mean, John Cena already won a WWE title, so I thought maybe there was a chance that Triple H would win and keep the WWE World title. But no, Batista won. And so, yeah, you have two titles change hands that night. And I thought that was very cool. And I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you knew that was going to happen eventually, so it was a very good match. It was a good WrestleMania all around, I think. The first match was disappointing, but still, I mean, it would have been a good match for SmackDown, but, what can you do? Anyways, talk to you later. Bye.
So that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. But I think that there's this myth out there that Jamie Keller that's why he took pleasure in cutting WCW. I don't think that's the case at all. Because if you look at some of his earlier interviews, like